Objection! I don't know you is having trouble with a YouTube user. And by trouble I mean she's pretty much pulling out her hair because this guy is such an annoyance. So, I know it's taken a while, but I've decided I'm going to throw my proverbial hat into the ring. So, here we go. Let's watch the video together, shall we?
What's up, YouTube? It's Kraziiieeee.
Wait, Crazy? Kraziiieeee? I remember you. Do you remember me, Crazy? Do you remember me? I don't think you do. But I remember you. I remember you like I remember a knife to the face, Crazy. I hate you! And I'm going to finally eviscerate you in front of everyone else. And this time, you're not going to get away with shit.
You know, I had a crazy liberal woman make a response to my video, twisted liberal mentality, and it's so easy to pick apart, I had to do a response.
Hey, what do you know? Same reason I'm owning your video, you crazy radicalist right fuckscoff.
I won't even get into creation versus evolution because Nephilim Free already does a good job of that, so...
No, actually, he doesn't. At all. Ever. In a million years.
When it comes to that, I'll point you into that direction. Nephilim Free destroys all kinds of people on that note.
No, Nephilim Free only destroys himself with his stupidity.
When it comes to embryonic stem cell research, I won't even get into that because you belong to a group of people who lack any type of morals whatsoever, so it would be pointless for me to argue about that.
We have no morals. We have no morals. Fuck you, you dried up son of a cocksucking douchebag. For fuck's sake, you're retarded. Just because we don't agree with you, personally, we have no morals? You're a nutcase. Why is that? What is morality? Let's start with that, okay? Let's get this through your thick-ass skull first. What is morality? Well, my friend, morality is how your actions affect others. It's not what God tells you to do. For example, if God says something like, you can't wear clothes made out of 2 interwoven fabrics, that's against my law. Or what if God says, hey, I say from now on you must put on your left sock before your right sock, and if you don't, I shall smite thee. Does that make it a matter of morals if you don't do it? It's inadvisable, sure, because you're going to get in trouble for putting on your socks the wrong way, and God can punish you. But does that make it immoral? Does that make it immoral? Because God said it. Does that make it immoral? No. What makes an action moral or immoral is based on the fact that it hurts or helps other people. Immoral actions hurt others, moral actions help others. Simple as that. That's fucking basic, man. If you can't even get that.
Notice how she tries to mask abortion under pro-choice. Sweetie, you're for abortion. Same difference. You're for the killing of millions of innocent babies year-round, on demand.
You're wrong, Crazy, as usual. You just don't get it. There's a difference, okay? There's a difference between going around and saying everyone should have an abortion, it should be mandatory, and abortion is a great and wonderful thing, and we should kill babies. Look, I don't like abortion. Personally, I don't think it's murdering people because the people haven't been born yet, they don't have friends, they don't have technically they haven't met their mother and father, their brains aren't functioning properly until they're actually born, and even then it takes a little while. My point is, I don't want to take away something that could develop into a life. That is bad, I will agree. But you see, there's a difference when it involves the life of a mother, and it's a difference because the mother has the right to choose. That's all. The mother should have a right to choose. I'll agree, people get abortions too often, and they should stop getting them, but we should not make abortions illegal, because you know what's going to happen the minute you outlaw abortions? You know what's going to happen the minute you stop letting people get abortions when they need them because it's just such a difficult process? Women are going to be throwing themselves downstairs, using coat hangers, using God knows what to try and get rid of the baby. Okay? They're going to do it themselves, and that's a lot more harmful to them and to the baby than if they just got it done properly.
I said it before and I'll say it again. If you're so for choice, which is really pro-abortion, then maybe your parents, your mother should have had that decision too, so that we wouldn't have to put up with the bull crap that you're putting out today.
I take no small amount of offense to this remark, partly because I was adopted. My mother could have aborted me, and that would have been the end of it. First of all, I wouldn't have given a shit. You want to know why? Because I didn't live yet! I was just a bunch of carbon atoms at the time, a couple of cells trying to come into life. I could have just as easily been miscarried. Who knows what could have happened? I don't. But here I am. My mother chose not to abort me. I'm very happy for that. But it wouldn't have mattered to me if I wasn't, because I wouldn't have been alive to deal with it in the first place. I would have been nothing but a couple of carbon atoms and go right back to them. I wasn't sentient. I am now. My life is a little bit more important than the life of a couple of cells. What's more, I am happy that my mother had the choice. She had the choice to put me up for adoption. She had the choice to let me live. And she chose that. She had the choice. She had the choice to say, I'm going to let you be born and put you up for adoption. She had the choice. And she chose that. And I am very happy that she chose that. And I respect her even more because she said no. I want to have this child. Fucker.
It's sad that this little girl that I'm about to show has more sense than you.
17% of women who've had abortions face complications in their subsequent pregnancies. Some may not even be able to give birth at all. They are also at a greater risk of developing breast cancer if they have an abortion. But perhaps the worst effects are the emotional ones. Women who've had an abortion tend to have more mood disorders, substantial enough to provoke them to harm themselves.
You want to know why they have emotional problems? Let me tell you. It's because pieces of shit like you try and convince them that God hates them because they got an abortion. It's because pieces of shit like you try to convince them that they're worthless because they got an abortion. It's because pieces of shit like you try to convince them that getting an abortion is wrong. And in a sense, yes, it is. Abortions are not always the right choice. But you know what? It's their life. How is it harming you?
Be discrimination if they denied me that. And no, it wouldn't be discrimination because as an employee, I don't qualify for something that a contractor would qualify for. What you're saying is that I can go and apply to be a contractor, but I would have been a contractor all year and would have gotten the right amount of money back. So your argument falls flat on its face.
No, actually, your analogy is just a piece of shit. You see, what you were trying to get at was that if you don't qualify for something, then you can't have it. That was the point of your analogy, was it not? Your analogy didn't have anything to do with specifically, it's a 213 tax form and I'm a contractor, not an employee, or I'm an employee, not a contractor, I'm a this, not a that. This means this and not that. That doesn't matter. The point of your analogy was that you can't have it if you don't qualify. That's bullshit. She thoughted your analogy and you just try and make it up to make her look stupid. So fuck you.
As far as the pitiful remark about going to school to stop being a homosexual, even though that argument failed.
Okay, sexuality is a complex thing. It's not literally you are or you aren't. It's I'm this much straight and I'm this much gay. Or I'm this straight and that gay. It's complex, okay? And plus, you go and you give someone shock therapy. They'll stop anything. It's mean. The rehabilitation is mean. And it's cruel at that. Cruel and unusual. I'll be talking about that in a second foundational facet of homophobia, which comes out whenever the fuck it feels like it. Stop asking. If only I had the time. Or the patience. Unfortunately, I have neither for you, Crazy. And you want to know why? Because you're nothing. You're nothing. At all. You're not useful to society. In fact, you're a threat to society. You belong in a mental institution where your sickened ideas can't hurt anyone. You're literally insane, Kraziiieeee. You're a myopic, selfish, impudent little homophobic asshole. And quite frankly, I don't care for you. And I'm not making this video for you. This isn't me trying to make a scathing expose and me trying to get into a debate with you. No. This is me doing a favor for a friend. This is me having a little bit of fun. This is me dabbling with the insane for a couple of minutes to see how much of it I can take before I start pulling out my hair. And I've already reached my limit. You are worthless. And that's all I've got to say. If you make a response to my video, then I'm not going to respond to it. In fact, I'm not even going to make this a response to your video because I don't have to. This isn't about you. Nothing is about you, crazy. So go to hell. As for everyone else, I do actually have a life to get back to, so peace, love, and the inevitable flowers. Mwah.